we'll be starting a new tech talk on the topic mobile cloud computing. We have a guest here, Sayyid Ali Raza and Mohsin Bhai, and we'll be discussing about the mobile cloud computing. So, your introduction and about what are you doing about in the mobile cloud computing? Can you please tell us?
Okay, I'm Ali Raza and I've done some mobile applications basically on Android platform and also have my FYP on it. Regarding cloud computing, I've been working on the Amazon platform and
I'm Mohsin. My FYP is also on Android platform. Basically, it's a thin app, and the web services that we are using, they directly use the cloud platform. I'm also using Amazon account.
Can you people please tell us or tell our audience about some of about the cloud computing? What is cloud computing?
Okay, basically it's the merging of two concepts, mobile computing and cloud computing. When it comes to mobile computing, it's basically running applications on the mobile itself, and recently mobiles are getting a bit faster, but that wasn't so previously. Cloud computing, on the other hand, is a scalable opportunity for developers to run code on an environment where they can scale to manage their resources, manage their requirements, and don't have to worry about constraints that are mostly on the mobile devices themselves.
Okay, can you please explain about what have been done in this platform, and what are the people working on this mobile cloud computing?
People mostly are working on, as Ali said, on scalable solutions. Basically, it's like renting infrastructure over the internet. Maintaining a separate server for high performance calculations or even simpler website hosting, it's a big task, as you know, from the webmasters. Single box maintenance is, maintaining hardware is getting costlier day by day. But this is a new concept that has been introduced by Amazon and previously by IBM that enables us to rent infrastructure on the internet and pay as you go. This is a very good model. By pay as you go, as many cycles of processing as you use, that is the concept behind this. So, you just pay for whatever you are using and let Amazon and other companies take care of what is the requirement of infrastructure.
Okay, can you tell us about the applications that are developed on this platform, the real application, real solutions?
There are a lot of FYPs being made on this cloud thing. This is obviously the latest thing here in computer science. So I'll tell you a bit about my final year project. Basically, we are developing an Android application development environment on a tablet itself. So the basic purpose of it is to provide you with resources to program and develop your Android application on an Android tablet itself. And in the future, we plan to extend it to simple mobiles as well, smartphones. So, as you know, that tablets are not that fast as computers, desktop computers and laptops. So, what we have done is make a thin client. A thin client basically is only a GUI on a native. It's a native GUI. Right? The native GUI, by native GUI I mean the simple Android GUI, and the processing behind it, it is being done over the cloud. We have taken the compilation and debugging and the heavy stuff on the cloud. So we let the cloud do all the heavy processing, and through web services we extract the data and push the data to the cloud. So the user gets a very good experience when, for example, you are traveling in a plane or a train, you can develop on the go. So this is like a real world application of this. I will tell you further.
Okay, I would like to give a prequel to this, like why we are making such applications. What's the basic need of merging the two paradigms of computing? Basically, mobile devices, although are getting pretty fast, they weren't the same, and we are always hungry for more and more. Secondly, we've got battery constraints and other issues. Mobile is like device on the go, so you cannot just say, okay, my application is processing something. Whatever runs on mobile, it has to be snappier, fast, and to do this, we are basically offloading the heavy computation part on the cloud. So any applications varying from even games, like there are certain projects that are doing it like this, that even the low-end mobiles can play very high 3D games. Like how they are doing it, that all the GPU computations are done on the CUDA cluster on Amazon, and every frame is then transmitted back to the mobile device. So the users are able to get an awesome experience, even though their devices are not that powerful. Secondly, we've got battery constraints. Even though your device may be very powerful, you cannot avoid not using battery. So battery has been a very important issue in mobile computing, and offloading is an effective way to do that. Coming to your question, I am also doing an FYP related to the same concept of creating a cloud, but my offloading is on some another mobile device. Like we are calling a group of ad hoc mobile devices a cloud. So like we are doing it like this, that the device having low battery or low specs for computation, it can offload its computation part to rest of the devices, they compute it and shares back. So it's kind of offloading. Basically the concept is to offload. And any application, like there are a lot of applications that are going to be made. There are, like I can give you some examples, like they may not be directly relevant, but they can come into it. For example, like Facebook, it has got like a dumb application. It's basically nothing. All the computation is done on the server. Let's call it cloud or dedicated grid, but the concept is the same. The actual computation is done somewhere else, not on your device. So that's the main theme of it.
What do people think that the internet connections for the different devices, that you are using all the computational stuff on the servers? So does that internet connection plays a big part on this, as you have all the data coming from the servers and communicating through the servers? That link between the server and the client appears to be a bottleneck?
Well, it is and it is not. First of all, the latency is a major issue that cannot be avoided, but the bandwidth is constantly improving. Even on the, like we are moving towards 4G now, and even through, if you are in a closed environment having an access to internet through Wi-Fi, you can expect to have at least a 1 Mbps connection. So the only issue might be where your cloud is, what is the latency that you are getting it, and around like here in Pakistan we get around 200 to 300 milliseconds if the server is in United States. But like Amazon is also providing different regions. Like you can select where you want your clouding instance to be. Like we can have it instead of US in somewhere in Europe, Asia, South Asia. So that could be much nearer. So you must see where your clients are, where your users are, and you can decide where you can always improve on that.
Okay, can you tell our audience about the scope in Pakistan about this mobile computing? Or what do you think that this new technology will do in this domain, and what people in Pakistan are they be benefiting from this or not? What do you think?
Well, it's not about any particular country nowadays. Pakistan is pretty higher up in the hierarchy that comes in the IT industry. We have a lot of major outsourcing things being done in Pakistan now. So we are not a third world country with respect to IT, if you let me say that. Basically, this cloud thing, you cannot expect that these set of servers. This is a simple set of servers. This cloud, they are not located at a particular one location. They have a concept of dispersing geographically. So I recently heard that Amazon has opened some their data centers in this the server thing in India as well. So we'll be expecting very frequent change in the latency thing that I talked about. This is going to improve day by day, and people in Pakistan are adopting to it quite in a quite fast manner. So we can expect this to come. I mean, we'll be utilizing cloud in a very common way in the next 2 to 3 years.
Like I would create an analogy to your question. Like it might be asking like, what is the scope of database in Pakistan? This mobile cloud technology is like an underlying architecture. Most clients won't even realize what they're using from, where they're getting it. It's just about quality of service, improving the quality of service. As far as the software engineers and architects are concerned, they should, I must say, adopt this kind of framework for their applications, because it also, apart from offloading everything onto the server and improving the quality of service, they also get the control over what's being delivered. Like, I gave an example of Facebook. So they control what's being delivered. They can push updates on the, like if you make a standalone application, you not always interact with your clients. So the mobile cloud computing also provides a platform for the application vendors to communicate with the clients. So it is not like the client should be focused like it's a mobile cloud application, but it's more oriented towards the system architects.
Okay, transferring all this to the cloud, what do you think that the security is an issue or not? What do you feel about the security, as we know that all the communication are done through there is a link between the server and client. So there are many servers in the cloud, as you told us. So what do you think that there is a security issue?
Well, about security, there has always been an issue, even with central web applications, dedicated sandbox servers. This is very general to computer science. I mean, for softwares, if you patch a single bug, you expect that a lot will arise. A lot of bugs more will arise from patching that single bug. So software maintenance is a constant process, and basically Amazon has a very dedicated team, and other companies, these are giants. They have a lot of good programmers and a lot of good resources. They can handle security very well. About security features of the cloud, I can tell you that basically I'll not go into the depth of virtualization right now, but I can tell you that a person who has an account on the cloud, he'll definitely not be able to access somebody else's account. Those are two different virtual machines. They are very isolated. So there are always possibilities, but you can say only 1% chance of getting it hacked by somebody who has an account on the cloud. About general hackers who try to bypass security, those are the holes on your own web application or on your own web services. They are not the responsibility of Amazon and other giants.
Yeah, he's pretty right. Like those are the holes left by the application developers. You cannot deny a paradigm and say that it's not secure when you are not a good coder, right? And additionally, I would like to add that I've been seeing a lot about the Windows Azure table that stores data in the Azure service. So it is using 128-bit military grade encryption. So what do you want more?
Last but not the least, I'll ask about some of. Can you please tell me the difference between the private cloud and the public cloud?
Okay, like the security issue and the data confidentiality issue that came pretty up. Because of that, many clients of cloud asked that there should be a paradigm called private cloud. A private cloud may be deployed at your premises, or a specific set of computers assigned specifically for you, not connected to any other, right? So a public cloud is it's available to everyone and all that. Now, what are the scenarios that we may want to use a private cloud in? For example, we've got a computation server and a data server. So we would definitely like our computation server to maybe interactable by the clients, but not the data server. Maybe because the data is pretty important and raw. So those are, I think, the major reasons why.
Okay, I'd like to thank you for giving us such informative information, and we'll thank you. We'll be right back for a new session on WebWave. If anyone has a question, please.
Well, what about the issue of transparency? Like the data I'm sending to the cloud, is it accessible to other people? Like it can be misused or
Again, I would like to tell you that this thing is dependent upon the programmer. So you cannot expect Amazon to secure it. You can only secure the communication channel. But again, you are what is a cloud? You are installing a web server that is very simple and a basic web server that is installed on any dedicated server that we currently use for hosting. So the security, it's at your end. I mean, the security at Amazon's end is pretty tight. You have to install SSL certificates if you want to secure your communications channel, but that is your headache, not Amazon's.
Right, that's the same question. Like that's based on, like, you are specific to the network layer security, right? The data is coming from here and there. So as an application developer, you might consider encrypting it using session keys or validating it, like for example, if a packet usually comes around 200 to 300 milliseconds, if it's a normal time, like it came pretty quick or pretty late, you might think there's a sniffer in between. So that comes into the application developer's domain, not on the cloud. Cloud is basically an infrastructure. Like the mobile cloud computing, the concept, we are going to use cloud more as an infrastructure as a service rather than software as a service or platform as a service. Maybe platform as a service, but morely infrastructure as a service, where we will build our own services that would act, our own softwares that would act as services for mobile. So that we would be doing it.
Well, even when the data reaches the cloud, how can we be assured that that data won't be misused?
Well, I think you mail daily, right? You use mailing daily. So how can you be sure that your mail being sent is not misused? So there are some, like non-transparent, some things are opaque, but we cannot deny a technology or a new computing paradigm just by highlighting few constraints. So like you've got to rely on it. There is no other alternative. Also look at the positive sides, the benefits, the quality of service you are able to provide, right? So that is also important for you.
Would you like to tell us why you both chose Amazon service?
Okay. Basically, we've got an academic relation with Amazon. So we've got around $100 to $150 free usage per month based on our research projects and course projects. So we are also using it in our high performance computing course. Recently we've done some work on CUDA. Right? CUDA is basically NVIDIA's platform for general purpose GPU computing. So that was pretty much like we were getting it for free, so we are more used to it. But that's not like we are not biased towards Azure as well. Azure is still pretty good. And Azure at the starting was only offering Windows as its primary operating system, but lately now it is also offering Linux and other like instances of virtual machines that you can make. So we are biased. It's just like we've got academic alliance sort of thing with Amazon.
The only reason I chose Amazon was that the accounts were readily available with my teacher, and he was generous enough to give me those accounts. Any more questions?
Okay. Any more questions?
Any more questions? Okay, so we'll end our session here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the guest. Okay, we'll come back for the next session. We will meet you soon. Thank you.